Hi, I'm Jackie Keenan. In Chicago Business Today, flying fees. With the price of oil going up and ticket sales dragging, airlines are looking to extract revenue from flyers any way they can. And that means, you guessed it, more fees. Carriers like United and American are already charging for checked bags and food on board. And according to Crain senior reporter Pletz, there could be more on the way. He sat down with managing editor Brandon Koppel to discuss the new nickel and dime game of air travel.
So John, tell us what you're hearing. What are they going to charge us for next?
Some of the things they've always charged you for, like baggage, only maybe now you'll pay based on how far the bag goes.
Right. And that's interesting. This is coming at a time when airlines are finding it difficult to raise fares. In fact, United and the other major carriers just rolled back a fare increase, which I guess is kind of the point. Now they're looking to fees to try to make that up, right?
Right. They were able to get to raise the fees, but they aren't able to raise the fares. And until that changes, they've got no other choice.
And why is it they think fees are more acceptable to travelers than fare increases?
Because most people still shop based on the fare, and they don't look at the fees. And you don't always pay all of the fees. You know, the theory is that you can get some people to pay a little more. That helps offset the costs. Trying to get everybody to pay more, raising the fares, doesn't always work. So it's the next best thing.
Right. Now, you've also reported that airlines are looking beyond, far beyond in some cases, charging for services that they provide, like getting your bags from one place to another. What else are they looking at?
Well, you see a combination of things. I mean, British Airways is a good example where they offer to sell you theater tickets, for instance. And on
their website.
Right. And what the airlines are recognizing is, you know, they're not a lot different now than e-commerce companies like Amazon, that once you have that audience there, just like you have a captive audience on the plane, you also have an audience in front of the computer, and you can sell them all sorts of things.
And isn't that a completely different line of business, though? Do they have to start carrying inventory and building e-commerce engines and all those things?
They wouldn't have to carry inventory, but they certainly, they certainly do have to build a web infrastructure to do it. And that's been a real challenge for all of the airlines, and they're all spending a fair amount of money right now doing that. But if you haven't been to an airline website in a while, go check them out, because they look and feel an awful lot more like Amazon.com than a plain old airline website.
And is there enough money in those kind of sales to really move the needle? I mean, we're talking about companies where the typical receipt, a sale for an airline is hundreds of dollars minimum, and often in the thousands of dollars. So selling sunglasses, you'd have to sell a lot of sunglasses to move the needle, wouldn't you?
Well, think about it. I mean, the baggage fees aren't much more than $25 in most cases, and that's good for $300+ million a year for United. I mean, they're making, United and American airlines like that are making more than $1 billion a year on ancillary fees right now.
The last holdout so far seems to be Southwest. They are not charging for baggage fees, and they are hammering their competitors in their marketing for that fact. Can they hold out forever?
Maybe on the baggage fees, but I would expect even they'll come around at some point. And remember, Southwest, isn't totally agnostic when it comes to fees. They'll charge you for advanced boarding and some other things. They just aren't charging for bags right now.
Right. And those are kind of upgrades. Those are the kind of things that probably raise fewer objections than charging for services that people used to get for free, right?
Right. That's really the rub, and that's kind of the dance that the airlines have to do. But when it comes down to it, they'll take them both because they need the revenue no matter how they get it.
Okay, well, I'm sure they'll find ways. Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
For more on this story, check out John Pletz's story in Monday's edition of Crain's. And remember to download our daily podcast on iTunes to see us on the go. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.